Hi everyone, welcome. So today I have a fun practice that kind of experimental that I did a little research on, and it's about pacifying Vata for the fall time. Now, what that just means is, so in Ayurveda, which is the sister science to yoga, and it's a whole thing, but really it's kind of about living life well, finding balance, peace. Yeah. So, Vata is an element and it's a dosha, and the doshas are all elemental. And so, Vata, air and ether, and Pitta is fire and water, and Kapha is earth and water. So we're all kind of, everything is thought to make up different combinations of these doshas. So even ourselves and the seasons. So right now, we're, at least where I am, I know we're all kind of all over the world now. It's pretty amazing. We're going into fall, or we've been in fall a little while. I live southern Arizona, so it takes a little bit longer to get here, a little bit warmer. But I'm starting to definitely feel the effects. So these qualities of Vata, are dry, light, cool, rough. So we can kind of experience some of this in like the wind and the drying air and the leaves getting crispy and falling off the tree. So some of us may feel like we're coming out of balance this time of year. And so I'm Pitta Vata. So I have a lot of these airy qualities already. And then you bring in fall, which is the Vata time. And, I can just really get full of anxiety and have all kinds of issues. So this practice, coming to my point, thank you, is about bringing those opposite qualities of Vata in. So we have this airy, rough, dry, cool, and then so the opposite, right, would be more of these Kapha-like qualities, which are going to be grounding, stabilizing, oily. So it's thought that like things increase like. So if I'm hot and I eat spicy food and, I'm just gonna be like going more this heated, unbalanced direction. But if I want to come, you would add the opposite types of qualities. So that's kind of the whole game, right? Is to well, what am I doing now? How is this affecting me? And what can I do to kind of like calm that down or bring myself back into a more balanced state? So this practice is very grounded and fluid, and we're going to start with a meditation and then warming up the joints and then the extremities and the spine, followed by some stronger movement. But we will end with legs up the wall for our final shavasana or meditation. And you may need blocks or a blanket, but I'm really try to keep it mellow. And I hope you enjoy this upcoming meditation. So if you'd like to join me in a seated position, we're just going to take a few moments here. Get nice and tall. And breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to feel some ease in your body, and if you feel like it's too much to sit right now, you can go ahead and lay down as well. Notice the sounds around you and let them be okay. Feel the breath as it enters the nose and travels up and then fills the body. Notice on the exhale, softening and quieting. Just feel the inhale and also experience the exhale. Feeling grounded and supported, safe and secure. And let's imagine standing on a golden, sandy beach, brilliantly lit by the setting sun. The sand is warm, comforting, and soft. Perhaps you imagine digging your toes snugly into the bejeweled sand. Looking out, the water appears to be oil. A spectacular display of sparkling, shimmering, translucent amber waves. Feeling cold, begin to move into this warm, undulating liquid of shimmering gold. Feel your skin nourished with the pure, clean oil moving over your body. Experience the joints, soothing and warming, being held by this precious gold liquid. Completely absorbing and feeling renewed. As you bathe or just stand in the gentle warmth that surrounds you. Just continue to take several more moments to relax in this soft, warm place. And when you are ready and feel renewed, begin to come back into your body. And take a deeper breath in, fill up. And exhale, release. Begin to flutter the eyes open. And bring your hands to your heart center. Just take a moment now to feel connected where you're at. To feel grateful that you showed up. That you're here for yourself. And then release the hands. And we're going to begin with a little feet and ankle work, warming up. One of the things is this kind of dryness and stiffness in the joints. And so we're going to make sure to pay special attention and bring fluid movement there, as well as love and tenderness. So when you're ready, go ahead and pick a foot to start. So take one foot here. What we're gonna do is interlace our fingers through our toes. So go ahead and take a moment to do that. Kind of intense. Really, really work it in there. Okay, whew. And then from here, we're just gonna do some rolling, flexing, pointing. However feels comfortable for you to do this. Just try to breathe. Just waking up these feet and the ankles and the wrist and the fingers. Let go. And we're going to switch sides. Interlacing our fingers between our toes here for quite the stretch. All right, there we go. So you can kind of experiment however it's going to feel best for you, but just to make sure that we're getting some flexing and pointing in circles both ways. Okay. Wiggle it out. And let's bring our feet in front of us. So again, we're flat on the floor. Knees bent, pulling in, long spine. And then from here, we are, and like, let's also keep that oily, smooth, fluid quality going. And so in Norps, pretend that we are stirring a big pot of oil. Keeping the spine long, really working through the core here. And then let's change directions. Smooth. Calm. All right, let's come back. Grab your knees. Inhale your heart through your knees. And then round forward backwards. Exhale. Inhale through. Lift the heart. And exhale. Scoot back. Inhale. And exhale. Come back up. And Then we're gonna come onto our knees and we're gonna do a little stretching of the wrist here. So fingertips pointed back towards my body, and then my wrists are under my shoulders. And I'm gonna really grip the mat with my fingers, a little bend in the elbows. And then from here, gonna just very slowly start to lean back onto your heels. Just till you feel the right amount of sensation for your body. Breathing nice, big breaths. And exhaling. Come back up and we're gonna switch. So now the back of my hand is on the floor. And really pressing my fingernails into the mat. Again, the wrists are stacking under my shoulders. And maybe just like this, or maybe even one at a time, if it feels very intense for you. If you'd like to go back some, you can. And just breathe and try to press down through the whole back hand and fingers and fingernails. And come out, roll over, make little fists. Perfect. And then, so now we're gonna come onto all fours. Knees are under the hips, and then these hands are still under the shoulders. And we're gonna go ahead and cat-cow it. So arch, collarbones bright to the sky, and while they're to the sky, so is my tailbone. So this is a cow. Breathe in and out. In and out. Or inhale. And on the exhale, puff the back of your heart, press through your hands, and really make an arch. Breathe in and out. And in and out. Exhale. And we'll just move through some of these movements now with your breath, trying to make them just try to focus on them being as smooth as possible. Have fun with it. Okay, now maybe just add a little more dynamic movement if you'd like. Maybe sway the hip side to side or do circles with the shoulders. And you look. However, just have fun with it, and I just encourage you to take note of what's happening in your back body in particular and go with what feels nice. And if you're just like, no, then just stay with the cat-cow. That's beautiful as well. Okay, lovely. Now reach your arms way out in front of you. And we're going to come down into puppy, knees under hips, lower chest or forehead or chin to the floor. And breathe in through the back of the heart and out. And then come on up onto all fours, back onto your knees, come to ragdoll here, bend your knees a whole bunch, go ahead and grab opposing elbows, and then just let it all hang and feel your torso supported by your thighs so that you can just really relax here. Really relax the head and the neck. And breathe in and down. Sway side to side if that feels nice to you. And then an inhale, halfway look up. Bend the knees. And then inhale all the way to stand. Inhale, arms overhead. Feet can be together or under the hips. Reach up. And then exhale, prayer through. Bend the knees a whole bunch if you'd like. Come all the way, fold. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway look up. So blocks may be helpful here, or you could just use your shins. Exhale, fold. And then inhale slowly all the way to the top. And we're just gonna flow like this a couple times. So just try to make it fluid with your breath. Just play with it. Exhale, folding. Inhale, looking forward. And exhale, folding. Inhale to the top. Prayer. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway look up. Fold all the way. Inhale all the way up. And then hands to heart center. Fabulous. Okay, from here, you can still have your feet apart. I'm going to bring them together and we're going to do a little chair here. So squeeze the legs together, maybe bring more weight into the heels. Lift the arms up overhead, the spine really long. And then exhale back into a prayer. And then we're going to twist open to the right. Come up. Open to the left. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, fold all the way through center. Inhale, halfway look up. And then exhale, let's step out into a plank. And then from plank, let's lower onto our forearms. So you want your elbows are going to be under your shoulders. Lifting up through the core. Breathing. All right, and then from here, we are going to shift the feet and keep the upper body. Drop the hips. Boop. To the right. Lift up. Boop. To the left. One more round. And then get real steady, even here. And then go ahead and drop the hips. And you're always more than welcome to just hold the pose or always drop the knees. Do whatever you need to do to make something accessible for yourself and help make progress. Okay, elbows under your shoulders here. The hands firmly coming into a sphinx. Breathe in and out. Collarbones spreading. Help by pulling myself forward some. I'm gonna look over that right shoulder. Make sure to press extra to that right elbow to stay lifted. Back to center. Press. Look over the left shoulder. And then back to center. And then lower all the way down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Now just take a deep breath into your belly. Feeling it expand into the floor. And feeling relaxation as you exhale. And one more deep breath. And exhale. Inhale, go ahead and come up. And let's bring our hands under our shoulders. And we're going to just roll them for a little creative cobra here. On one side, inhaling, rolling up. And exhaling, rolling down. Or you can just say lower and roll those shoulders. Just playing with some fluid movement. And exhale, lower. And press up. Spread your knees. Touch your toes. Press your hips back towards your heels. Child's pose. Rest that forehead once more. And take breaths into your hips now. See if on the exhale, your hips will sink a little lower. Alright, and now come back up onto all fours. And from here, you can either have your toes curled under or flat. You have your wrists on your shoulders and your hands bright and active. And we're going to do some cat-cow extensions here. Work on our balance, build core strength, and play with fluidity and breath. Okay, so there's lots of places to stop along the way, including just right here. Right here, raise that arm out in front of you. Left leg, foot, really extend it out behind you. So it's just like as long as you can get here. Breathe in, and then exhale, curl. Inhale. Just do it at your own pace with your own breath, playing with being smooth and fluid. Extend when you get there, and then release. Okay, we're gonna do the other side now. So reach that left arm out in front of you. That may be fine. I'll reach those toes back behind. That may be fine. If you like to curl in, go ahead and do that now. And extend. Inhale. And exhale. So just a few rounds now with your own breath at your own pace, thinking of being smooth. Reach long when you get there, and then drop it down. Let's come back on to our toes. So we have toes curled under here, getting this nice little foot stretch. And then we're gonna have a strap ready in case we need it for the shoulder opener. We're gonna inhale, arms overhead. And then I'm gonna take my right elbow and I'm just gonna kind of pull it over here behind the back of my head. And then release my hand towards the middle of my back. And then I'm gonna come around and reach for my hand. Now, otherwise, same story. You already have a hold of this, so you come and then reach and then work your way. And press the back of your head into your arms. Don't let your ribs jut way forward, kind of tuck them back in. And breathe. And go ahead and release. And we're going to raise the arms up, overhead. And we're going to press the palms together. And then we're going to release. And now we're going to do the other way. So if you think you're going to need the strap, go ahead and grab it. Inhale your arms up. Drop that one. Bring your elbow over a little bit so it's behind the back of your head, and then press down some. Don't overdo it. And then reach and crawl your hands together. And press the back of your head into your hand, arms. And go ahead and release. Release the strap. And then, I don't know how your feet feel, but I know that that can be extremely tight on some people. So, way to go if that's you. I know that if I don't do it for a while, that's me. So, I know the feeling. Okay, so now let's come up and I'll just, okay, and then from here, we're just gonna come into a plank, kind of our last little toughie here. And lifting up through the core. And we're gonna flow through side planks here. So we're just gonna shift into side plank. Inhale the arms up and over. Drop that left arm and then shift to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, drop the right arm. Just flowing side to side. Okay, beautiful. And now we're gonna come into a half hero here. So you can I'm bringing my right arm, right leg out in front of me. And I'm gonna draw this left foot behind me. I'm gonna sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Feel like you're sitting evenly through your sitting bones. If you need to sit up on a block some, if that's helpful to you, then please do. Otherwise, you're going to come forward and fold. And if you'd like to add a little fluid movement here, you can inhale into the back of the heart. Lift the chin, come forward slightly, and fold. Exhale. Inhale, come on up. Bring this knee in and grab the sole of our foot and straighten it out. Really lift up. Don't try not to collapse in the upper body, but really stay lifted. And if that means keeping your knee bent a whole bunch, then go ahead and do that. And then slowly over time, kicking your hands, your feet into your hands, you will open up more. Breathing in and out. You'll go ahead and let that go and straighten out. And we are going to switch sides. Come on down, shake the knees out a little bit. And this right leg is gonna come now and half hero. So toes are flicking into the floor there behind me. I'm trying to sit even on my sitting bones, sitting tall. Inhale. And then come forward. Try to come forward with as much length as you possibly can. A little tilt on the pelvis. And then exhale, fold, round over. And if you like to do the fluid movement, it's an inhale into the back of the heart. Looking forward, chin lifts. And then exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting, coming forward some, lifting the chin. Exhale, rounding. And then inhale. Back to seated. Grab a hold of the soles of your feet or your left foot. Sit nice and tall and then just slowly start. And then if you feel like you're starting to lose some integrity in the spine, don't do that. Stay where you are and work there. And then over time, you can get tall and long and feel good about it. And drop that foot. spread the legs out in front of you and come to a nice Dandasana. Hands lift. And then come, same idea here, same idea. Come forward, nice, little tilt in the pelvis, nice long chin lifts, and then can't feel like you can't go anymore. Then go ahead and round and drop the head and take time to breathe long breaths up and down the spine. Now a little bend in the knee, strong core, come on up, and now we are going to lay down onto our backs. All right, on our backs, just take a moment to get comfy, and we're gonna prepare for a fluid bridge. So take a moment, roll each shoulder under your back. Press down through the hands, kind of get a lift going already, and then press up. Maybe you want to stay there with the arms, or maybe you want to roll your shoulders under even more, pressing the head firmly into the earth. And now here, lift those toes. Might need to get a little more room, might need to come out a little more with your legs. Lift the toes, and then slowly scoop side to side, or maybe make little circles or figure eights or however. We're just working. And try to keep your bum engaged. And then when you're ready, find a good spot to stop and then press up. Take a moment. Breathing in and out. Heels pressing firmly into the floor and pulling back into my bum. Really, really light up those hamstrings and gluteus. And then exhale. Roll slowly down. Drop the toes. Relax for a moment. And then let's bring our arms out to a cactus. Maybe bring the feet a little bit wider, maybe as wide as the mat. And just drop the knees off to one side. Come back up. And the other side. So just go ahead and windshield wipe on your knees like this for a few breaths. Beautiful. And coming back to a center position. Cross one leg over the other. So my right leg over my left. I'm just going to drop the right knees off to the left. And then maybe look over the right shoulder. And a little supine twist. Come back up to center. Cross the left leg over this time. Drop the knees to the right. Reach off to the left and look to the left. And breathe and relax. And coming to the close. You can let the earth have you now. And then inhale back to center. And we're gonna bring the knees in, wrap the arms around, roll up, squeeze everything super tight. Take a deep breath in. And then we're gonna relax. And here I encourage you to be at the wall. So I take a moment to go find a wall and do legs up the wall. Otherwise, if you don't have a wall like me, you can just raise your legs up. You can put a block on top of your feet to kind of help them stay, or you can just let them kind of float up there. Relax. And take this time as your shavasana. Feeling all the qualities of the oil from our meditation to the fluid movements, breath and grounding of the practice. Close your eyes and just rest, and I will be here to guide you out in a few moments. Well, if you'd like to come out now, go ahead and slowly, gently, smoothly find your way back to a seated position. I hope that this was a practice that you found brought you some relief from maybe some of these fall time jitters. I would love to hear what you thought about any of it. So if you'd like to leave a comment or email me, that's all in the description. So, and if not, then I hope you have a beautiful week. Namaste.